Myself Rachna Saude, working as an assistant professor from PRMIT and R. Badnera. I am going to explain the introduction to the knowledge management. Before going into detail into the knowledge management, first we will see what is knowledge. Knowledge is composed of the data and the information, whereas data represents an unorganized and unprocessed fact. It is a raw number, images, word, sound derived from the observations or the measurement. Usually, data is static in nature. It can represent a set of discrete facts about the event. An organization sometimes has to decide on the nature and the volume of a data that is required for creating the necessary information. Data in itself has no meaning. It is a raw material for the information. Now, information. It is a data with a meaning assigned to it. For example, raw data from the survey analyzed to produce structured result. Information has a meaning. It is organized for some purpose. Information can be considered as an aggregation of data which make decision making easier. It is a raw material for the knowledge. What is knowledge management? Knowledge management is simply defined as doing what is needed to get most out of the knowledge resource. In general, it focuses on organizing and making available important knowledge wherever and whenever it is needed. It is also related to the concept of intellectual capital composed of both human and structural capital. Now, why knowledge management? Knowledge management allows the sharing of knowledge, where a company creates an exponential benefit from the knowledge as the people learn from it. It is building better sensitivity to the brain, reacting instantly to the new business opportunities, ensuring successful partnering and core competencies with the suppliers, vendors, customers, and the other constituents. It shortens the learning curve. Now there are some amplifications which faced with the increased complexity, market volatility and accelerated responsiveness. Today the younger manager feel less adequate to make the difficult decision faced each day. It is also important for the organization that faces drowsing or high turnover percentage due to the nature of the industry. Is KM for everyone? It is important for all the organization. Today decision maker faces the pressure to make better and faster decisions in an environment characterized by the high domain complexity and market volatility. Even in the lack of experience typically from the decision maker, outcome of those decisions could have such a considerable impact on the organization. Now the essence of knowledge management, where the knowledge is first created in the people mind. Its practice must first identify the way to encourage and stimulate the ability of employee to develop the new knowledge. There are methodologies and technologies of the knowledge management that must be enable effective ways to represent, organize, reuse and renew this knowledge. It should not distance itself from the knowledge owner but instead celebrate and recognize their position as an expert in the organization. Now the nature of the knowledge. They must understand the difference between the knowledge, data and information and explain the various alternatives regarding views of the knowledge. They must understand the different types of knowledge. It must recognize the various locations of the knowledge. Now the types of knowledge, that is explicit knowledge and the tacit knowledge. Whereas tacit knowledge usually get embedded in the human mind through the experience. It includes insight, whereas the explicit knowledge is codified and digitized in document, books, report, spreadsheet, memos, etc. We can convert explicit knowledge to the tacit knowledge. Now the characteristics of the tacit and explicit knowledge. First, the characteristics of the tacit knowledge. It is inexpressive in codifiable form. It is subjective, personal, content specific and difficult to share. Whereas the characteristics of the explicit knowledge, it is codifiable, objective, impersonal, context independent and easy to share. Knowledge management has a two perspective, objectivistic perspective and the practice based perspective. First we will see the characteristics of the objectivistic perspective. First one, convert the tacit to explicit knowledge. Second one, collect the knowledge in the central repository. Third one, structure the knowledge. And fourth one, technology plays a key role. The next perspective is the practice-based perspective, where practice refers to a purposeful human activity. It is based on the assumption that activity includes both physical and the cognitive element, and these elements are inseparable. Knowledge use and development is therefore regarded as the fundamental aspect of activity. Now, the characteristics of the practice-based perspective. The first one is knowledge is embedded in practice. Tacit and explicit knowledge are impressible. Knowledge is embodied in people. Knowledge is socially constructed. Knowledge is culturally embedded. And knowledge is contestable. This is the introduction to the knowledge management. Thank you.